We got London on the track. You
understand?
Yo, what's going on, guys? Diamond here. Nice to see you guys. Welcome back to another tips and tricks video. I did promise a map playtest video, but been having some recording issues lately, and these map playtests have been really hard to get produced. And there's been a lot of good just map playtesting going on in general in the competitive TF2 community. So I'd like to, apologize myself for not doing any videos. I know a lot of my subscribers came from map playtests, but if you guys do want to watch any maps being played out, Team Fortress TV is doing a new map cup that's happening this weekend, so be sure to check that out. The finals are going to be going out tomorrow, or maybe today, depends on when this video gets uploaded. And Map Champ, or also known as Mix Champ, which are, it's the lower level version of PugChamp. They do a lot of map playtests. In fact, they're starting to do one every weekend. So if you guys want to playtest some maps yourself, be sure to check that out. So this video is on tips and tricks on Medic. We're going to be specifically talking about Medic on Metalworks Mid and how to improve your game as Medic on Metalworks Mid. So I see a lot of meds, and you could apply this to any mid you want. But I'm going to choose to do Metalworks Mid mainly because it's one of those mids that are actually really hard to play as Medic. And I just want to talk about how you can make the best mid out of like a shit map as Medic, or at least a shit map for Medic. And pretty much what Metalworks has that makes it tough for Medic is just a lack of geometry, lack of map geometry. Most of like the geometry on Metalworks mid are just like, oh shit, hold on, I gotta do this command right. MP tournament 1. So most, most of the geometry on Metalworks mid isn't anything that's useful to you. You don't have much to dodge around. So I'm just gonna be showing you guys quick ways that you can improve your game on mids that have bad geometry for Medic. So the number one thing I want to start talking about is that whenever you're playing these mids, you guys don't want to kite inside of an area. So let's say you choose to roll out top left here because your demo goes top left, and you're just chilling out here, you're distributing all your heals. And let's say that you're taking some damage, you're eating some useless spam. That's the number one thing you shouldn't do, is don't eat useless spam on these kind of mids. Like, uh, it's really hard to play these mids, and the number one thing you should work on is to not eat any spam. But the number two thing that I see that a lot of meds fuck up, apart from eating spam on these kind of mids, especially on Metalworks, is that whenever they take damage, let's say they take like a 50 damage, I guess they take enough spam or they get bombed or something, they always kite towards here, okay? They either turn around and they don't look at their team, or they kind of kite backwards into here. And you kiting back in here means that your team immediately has to get out. In fact, you should probably call that you're backing out into here, because if you kite back into here and your team's still fighting and you're like, okay, I'm just going to get a pack and I'm going to come back in, well, you already put your team at a huge disadvantage, okay? Because mid-fights develop really fast, and you want to be there for your team the whole time. Instead, what you should be doing is, if you get bombed or you take 50 damage or something and someone's on your dick, all you should be doing is pretty much, you should be kiting kind of, let's say a soldier's coming in from the sky, you don't want to kite back into here where your team isn't there. You want to kite towards your team where your team can help you. So let's say your demo's going to be here and the soldier's bombing. Why don't you just strafe jump like right into here, dodge them out for a little bit, and maybe abuse this little like triangular area, this little map geometry here, to dodge a couple of rockets and survive, okay? So that's one thing you should do, is not kite away from your team when you're getting bombed, okay? And bombs happen so often on this mid. This fucking wall is the famous Mela bomb wall. If you know who Mela is, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, and the number two thing that we're going to be talking about is pretty much just... Shit, you're gonna have to give me a second. I don't usually do outtakes, but shit, I just forgot what I was gonna say, so BRB. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. So, we talked about not eating damage, and we talked about not kiting in to, you know, just like away from your team. And two more things that you guys can do to work on your meta game on Metalworks mid is always keep your crosshair around this level. Like, yeah, of course you're gonna have to tag someone to heal them, but then just be looking like in this direction, okay? Because you want to keep your eye in the sky and you want to keep your eye all over the place. Keep your eye on the crates, what's going on here, what's going on here, because you want to know how to deal with these bombers and attackers that are coming. And you actually want to call some stuff out for your team, okay? Your team isn't going to be able to see everything, and you know the fact that you're just healing and you're not like focused on doing any damage gives you the ability to just see some things that maybe your teammates can't see, and you can call out and it can save your life. So that's another thing that you guys should work on these kind of mids. One more thing that you guys should work on, and this is probably a really important, this is like probably one of the most important points that I'm going to make this video, is that if someone wants to get heals and they're like critical health, so they're like red barred, you know, when you're in a TF2, let's say, I think it's when you're below 50% health, your bar turns red. Okay, if one of your players is red barred and the mid is active and it's developing, just get them to take a pack. Okay, there's two health packs that are large on this map. There's one right here and there's one right here. Okay, the worst thing you can do is heal a critically injured player that is behind you, okay? If you have to turn around to heal a critically injured player, just tell him to get the pack, okay? It's okay if he's critically injured, and maybe you could tag him, but usually you're gonna have to be tanking someone else, okay? Don't focus yourself on tanking the critically injured players. Just keep the rest of the players buffed, and they can get their packs, and they're gonna come back to you, and you're gonna tag them again once they took the pack, okay? Don't heal them like as a priority, okay? Just keep the guys that are overhealed and are close to you and that are pocketing you healed as much as you can, okay? If a scout comes by and he's like, yo, I need health, I'm 30 health, or like, I guess if he asks for an arrow or something, you know, give him an arrow. But if he's just going to come to you and be like, I'm 50 HP, can you heal me? Just be like, go take a pack, I'll overheal you when you come back, okay? Because the amount of time it takes to heal a person like that really just ruins the whole health advantage situation for you on mids. Okay, so those are four things that we talked about today. Is A, don't take too much spam pointlessly, and abuse map geometry to help you. Okay, or actually that's more part of two. So number two is don't kite away from your team, kite towards your team when you get bombed, and use map geometry to evade, you know, just use map geometry to evade bombs and stuff. You know, maybe you can even go for fakes. Let's say you're gonna go up this railing, you're gonna be like, whoa, I'm not going up this railing. Well, I fucking missed that. You're gonna be like this. You're gonna go, whoa, I'm not going up this railing. I'm gonna strafe jump. I'm gonna dodge around this pole. I'm gonna strafe jump more. You know, just dodge as much as you can. Okay, so number two is kite towards your team. Number three is make sure you keep your eye in the sky, okay? You don't want to get bombed just like randomly, and you know, call out stuff for your team that your team doesn't see or you think your team doesn't see. And number four is don't ever turn your back on mids and don't heal players behind you, okay? Just keep your heals on the people who are keeping you safe, and if someone's critically injured, tell them to get a pack and then re-heal them when they got the pack, because there's two packs on this map, alright? So thank you guys for watching. Sorry for not putting out a map playtest video again. The 100 subscriber goal, we're getting there slowly. We're at 56 subs, so shout out to all you guys who are still sticking around. I'm going to be getting some new equipment, especially upgrading this piece of shit mic eventually. So yeah, continue to support this channel. I got a bunch of tips and tricks videos that are out there already. You can be sure to check them out. And the best way to connect is probably just to subscribe on my YouTube channel. And you can also catch me on Twitch. I stream every Wednesday to Friday. Sometimes weekends. I just play RuneScape for the most of the part, but if you're in a RuneScape, stop by and say hello, or if you're subscribed to my channel, stop by and say hello and be like, hey, I like your videos. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.